Talks.
Okay, it looks like. Looks like we're rolling dirty. We're rolling dirty. Let me just.
Okay. Hey, skaters, it's me, Dirty Deborah Harry, with my spirited sidekick, Miss Rollielocks, and we are here for episode number 11 of Dirty Talks.
Number 11.
Yes, Dirty Talks, the roller skating podcast. Today's podcast is brought to you by the amazing Surf City Skates. Have you guys been to Surf City Skates? If you've ever been in Huntington Beach, California, or Orange County, or Southern California, this is a do not miss skate destination. This is one of the best ever curated skate shops that I have been to, and I have been to a zillion of them. I even had one myself. I had a skate shop for a long time. So Tony at Surf City Skates really specializes in this incredible level of service. Like when I send people to her, like anybody could call me and say, you know, I don't know what I'm looking for. I think I want this. And I said, listen, let's not even bother like having this full on conversation. Hold on. I gotta adjust. I said, let me just get you in touch with the person who knows. So Tony, to me, is kind of like the skate doctor. She's going to diagnose your problem or your needs and then give you the right prescription, right? So she's super good at that. And I love that about her. She can do something that's super affordable or something that's high end and custom. So if you need skates, you need bearings, wheels, laces, literally anything. Also, she is the home of all the Dirty School of Skate merch. So if you're looking for a t-shirt, hat, etc., jacket, zip-up, hoodie, whatever, you can get them at surfcityskates.com. And if you come to Southern California, you have to stop by. Also, Surf City Skates is where I teach outdoor skating out of. So you can come. We generally do it once a month, and you can come out, sign up for class, and I take you on like a 2-mile little trek around the beach area. We stop at 7 different stations where I get you over 7 different challenges that you will encounter when outdoor skating. Let me say this about outdoor skating is it ain't the same as indoor skating. Okay. So if you're an indoor skater and you're just like, no problem, I'll just go outside. Maybe not. More importantly, if you are a beginner skater and you think you're just going to skate outdoors and that's how you're going to start off on this journey, I wouldn't unless you really realistically start indoors first. But if you need help with outdoor skating, you come see me. We go out of Surf City Skates. Incredible. Also sponsoring today's episode is RollerBones. RollerBones, the makers of incredible bearings and wheels. I love my RollerBones. And funny, but guess who used to skate on RollerBones as well? Want to take a guess?
I think I know, and so it won't be as
my
exciting.
mother.
Yes, I was going to say.
I mean, my mom
the La
started
Briola
skating
skate
in.
crew,
Yeah.
OG.
My mom is a world champion pairs skater, and my mom skated on RollerBones. Mm-hmm. So, you know, a little bit in the family
Going way back.
Yeah, she's incredible. Still alive. I have a video that I'm gonna put in there of my mom and I skating together. It was probably about 5 years ago.
Needs to come sit in this chair. That should be your next guest.
I swear to God, I have this little video. This video it's probably more like 10 years ago. And my mom really wanted to skate. And I don't know if she knew that was probably going to be the last time she would dare to do it, right?
Yeah.
So she came down to the rink. This was so good. She came down to the rink and it was adult learn to skate night. And she looked around and she looked at me. She goes, oh, I can do better than that. And I'm all, okay. And she goes, I'll be right back. Oh my mom drives home.
And got
it's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes away, gets her skates, comes back, puts them on. And then she goes, you better hold my hand. I said, yeah, sure. And then I had a friend there with Sean the barber. And I said, Sean, take the this is my mom. Like, I'm trying not to freak my mom out, but this is my mom. Take a video. And
yeah.
there's a video of me and my mom skating, and we have the exact same style because my mom is a full-blown figure skater, incredible coach, incredible teacher. But my mom loved session. So she can groove. And it was so crazy to see her just so casually skating along. It was amazing. So I am going to dig up that video. I got to dig that video up.
Is the perfect transition to our topic today because that made me emotional. And today's episode of Dirty Talks is Dirty Talks, Thoughts and Feelings.
Oh.
Let's
go.
So here on episode 11... I am going to ask Miss Dirty Deborah Harry all the questions.
All right. So bear in mind, I have no idea what she's going to ask me. So I will do my best to answer these thoughtfully. Let's go.
Okay. So I just want to preface with my first round of questions are yes, no questions.
All right.
However, if you feel the need to elaborate, I give you permission because, again, we understand that Dirty's superpower is talking. And her double superpower is talking while skating.
Right.
We don't have that.
As the teachers would say, she has strong verbal skills, talks too much.
All right. Dirty Deborah Harry. I might need these.
I don't know if you guys see my cup here. My friend Faye in roller derby got this
Faking
for me.
it.
Faking it. And it says dirty on it. And it's a Yeti, baby. And hold on. It's a Yeti, not a Stanley, because we're old school.
Yeah. Okay. Are we showing stuff? Because we made Dirty Talk stickers.
I know. If you guys want one. I don't know. If you're watching, I'll send some out.
Yeah.
Hit me up in the comments.
I mean, how many times in your life is there an opportunity? Dirty has like tons of stickers of herself.
Yeah, I'll send you guys sticker backs. If you're watching this, you're watching this and you leave a comment, get in contact with me. I will send you stickers. No problem.
Okay, here we go. Dirty Deborah Harry. I'm going to just go hard and fast.
All right, let's go.
Do you ever yell in anger?
Yes. Like today. What are you talking about?
I've never heard her yell.
Come on.
I hear you get pissed and fired up.
Of course I did.
Punch back. But
I've got you
know what I'm talking about.
Significant amount of Italian in my family. We yell.
Can I hear what triggers that?
Anger?
Yeah,
if
like
doing something stupid. Like if you do something stupid. Okay, so pretty much here's what I do. The anger just comes out of this. It's not out of emotion. If you do something dumb and I want you to stop, I'll yell at you like you're my dog. Whoa. I'll be like, no, absolutely not. So when I'm skating around the rink and I'm floor guarding, so I run a couple of different sessions that are like, adult learn to skate, R&B in the morning. And every once in a while, I'll get somebody on the floor who's generally not a regular skater at the rink. They're usually and it's God love you. It's always a guy. And it's always a guy, and he may or may not be on rollerblades, doing an outdoor sport indoors. Or he's just some guy and start doing dumb stuff on the floor. And I say, hey, knock it off. Stop doing that. And they're like, whoa. They act like they don't hear you. They act like they don't understand what you're saying. And I say, hey, knock it off. You know what you're doing. Knock it off. Because they're being super reckless.
But that's not yelling in anger. Do you get to that point?
So I have a rhythm of 3. Okay?
Okay.
I'll talk to you a second time and say, hey, I already told you. Knock it off. The third time is insane. Like, if I were a regular, employee, I would have probably gotten fired. Because I'll be like, hey, knock it up. And I'm like, get the out. And then, I will. If I feel like they are skating in a completely reckless manner, and it's causing the vast majority of people to not have a good time on the floor, and you're reckless and I think you're going to hurt someone, I'm on it. I am on it. And these guys are always shocked they're always shocked that I get mad, and I tell them in no uncertain terms to get off the floor and don't come back. And they're like always shocked. And then I'm looking at them like, what? What did you think was going to happen? It's the third time. Like, we're not having conversations out here. And the fact is, you're making me work more than I want to. So,
Wow.
get off.
Well, I'm proud to say that I have not been chipped by Dirty
You
in
would
such
have
a
to
way.
do something like really
hey,
intense.
our relationship's growing.
Yeah.
You never know. I'm getting braver and braver. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. Have you ever stalked someone's Instagram account?
No. God, you know why? I'm not that technically savvy. Seriously. All social media for me is, and this, first of all, I've been married for too long. So like, I'm not sitting there like looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm not doing all that. So I don't care about that. Secondly, I look at all social media as free advertising, and in line with my mission is to get as many people skating as possible. So all my social media is like, you should skate. This is how you skate. This is when we're skating. Do you want to come skate? Look at these people skating. So I just constantly put things out there. And then when I watch other people's stuff, if it happens to come right in front of me on scrolling and it's right there, I'll be like, love it, whatever. But I don't actively seek anything out because there's too much going on. I have found that in my position now, I have to be on like 5 different platforms. We're lucky that I even understand how to post anything,
She's doing
you know?
amazing.
And so I'm not stalking anyone. And even if I was, it would probably because I was like super obsessed with how they skate.
Well,
like,
have you done that?
well, no, but there's a few videos of people skating that I'm like, save, because it's so good. But not stalking, no, not in the traditional
guessed
sense.
that. I kind of figured your personality wasn't a stalky one, but
No.
that's why I had to know. Okay.
No.
Do you ever, tell the truth.
All right.
Have you ever, do you ever get jealous of someone else's skating?
No, because I'm an admirer of their skating. See, for me, and I am in a totally unique position, because I grew up in skating and I was classically trained skater who skated session all the time and skated outdoors. I was exposed to a ton of skating as a young person growing up. So when I got back into skating, like via roller derby, I was like, I'm here. Oh my God. Now I'm teaching all of these people how to skate because everyone wanted to join roller derby. They wanted to be in it. No one knew how to skate. So all of a sudden I was like, ended up teaching all these different people. I was thought of as like, oh my God, she's a really good roller derby player. No, I kept trying to tell people, the only reason I'm good is I can skate better than you. But wait till you learn how to skate. And then these people would. They were looking and they were super good. Now, the only thing that made me possibly a better skater or a better player, or they thought I would, because I was meaner. That's all. Like, if I was going to hit you, I wanted to hit you. So that was like a little bit scary for people. Like, I'll be a meaner player because it's a full contact sport and I don't care. But as these people got better, and they were definitely better than me, they were better at playing the game. They actually understood the game, where I was just like, whatever, rules. Who cares? You know, I was trying to have a good time. I wasn't jealous. I was happy. I was like, yes, because that is the way. You come to practice to get better. So when people get better, that's great. So
Just
now,
wired different than the rest
because
of
of
us.
TikTok and the kind of explosion or renaissance of indoor skating and rink skating and dance skating, you know, I've been teaching a ton of people. My expectation is that they become really good or the best that they can be. So I 100% love that. And I love it. I love it. And I also think that skating is so much about self-expression that, you know, I'm not jealous because you're doing your thing and I'm doing mine. And I'm just happy we're all skating, actually. Just happy about it.
I like that about you.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure on that one. I certainly have had my fair share of coveting other people's skills.
Oh, I just admire that. I admire
like
it, and I'm
that about
stoked
you.
for them. But I also think that I'm older than them, so like we're not in competition, because I'm like your grandma.
Okay, Grandma.
You know what are you gonna do?
This one you have to tell the truth.
Let's go.
And if you can't, just say no comment.
All
and then we'll
right.
all know the answer anyway.
All right.
Have you ever taught someone that you thought was not gonna get it?
Well, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And the only reason why I thought they were not going to get it, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. And hard for them to take it slow and from the beginning. Like need to build they're kind of up here, but their foundation is really not good, not stable, and I'm trying to get them to come back here. Let's rebuild. And they don't have the patience for that, or they don't understand the importance of that. So I think that is where I'm like, and it's not that they're not going to get it. They're going to get it, but they won't reach their full potential. And that's a bummer. Because you're like, oh, you could be so good if you just focused on these things first and then took the right road. They're like, no, I'm going to do this.
I'm thinking of like someone who just not coordinated.
Physically?
Yeah, like someone who was like just, and then did you have to go, would those words ever come out of your mouth? Like, hey, you should try pickleball.
No. F pickleball for one. And if you know my stance on pickleball. Okay. I have done this before where I've had an honest conversation with someone where I've said, listen, we're trying this, but in reality, I think that you need to have more body awareness before we're skating. So this person, a little bit out of shape, that kind of thing. I'm like, we're going to need to start with some walking. Then we're going to do some stretching. Then we're going to do a little bit of yoga. Okay. Then we're going to start getting on the ground and getting back up, and this all in an effort to build body awareness. I think if you have enough body awareness, you can skate. But for some people, they choose like skating. Oh my God, it looks so much fun. I can do it. But your body, you don't have body awareness. And that's usually due to you're being very out of shape, or you've never done a sport ever in your life. You've never danced. You've never been taught how to, hold one part of your body still and move another. You just don't have those skills yet. But it can be taught. So the only time I think I've maybe once or twice told someone that this could be physically dangerous for you. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're at the point where we need to be skating around. I think there's a few steps,
Was there ever anyone that you had those feelings about and they so surprised you? Like you were like, whoa, I did not see that coming.
There was a couple of gals in Derby, actually, who were totally not athletic at all. They were just no sports background whatsoever. Never played a team sport. Never did anything athletic. But they were super students of the sport, the rules and the strategy, and they came to practice constantly, and they developed into one of the best players because they really understood the game and they learned how to skate well.
But did it surprise you? Like, were there some where you're like, this one's never gonna
get yeah. You just think like that person's got a long haul in front of them. They probably won't be able to do everything it's going to take to develop the skill to play that sport, and they did. Wow. Yeah, it's tremendous.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Okay, I'm going to save these for the end. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
When are you the most happy, Dirty? Tell the truth.
Usually the most happy. Okay.
You want to come back to it?
No. I mean, realistically, and this was the same thing when I was a kid, when I would go into the rink.
The hotel pool?
Yeah. So when I was hanging out at the El Rancho Motel Pool in Bakersfield, or the Roadside Inn, that was another one. Roadway Inn. Okay, if I think back, when I was a child, the most happy would be when we would get to the rink uber early in the morning, be there at like 5 a.m. and the rink was cold and all the lights were out, and I would rush to put on my skates and I would skate out on the floor and I'd be by myself skating, and it was only the security lights were on, have that big beautiful floor, and just skating around. And I think there's something about a real wood floor. That's why for those of you who skate and you skate on cement or you skate on a sports court, you kind of know when you skate on wood, you're like, oh, there is definitely a connection to the wood, right? Mm-hmm. You're grounded with the wood. It's very nice. So I think that was like absolute total, just as a person, for me as a child, like that was the greatest. And I used to dream about it when I wasn't skating.
Wow.
And then I was able to come back to it. So that's nice. That's probably the happy spot.
Even now?
Yeah. Heck yeah. When I get there and there's no one there and you skate on that floor, I know what a privilege that is. I know how fortunate I am.
Wow. That's a good I did not expect that as your answer. Have you, Dirty Deborah Harry, ever been really, really scared? And maybe you don't want to say, because if you tell us what really, really scares you.
What is scared, and then it flips to anger, and then that's a whole nother story.
No peeking.
No, I'm just thinking.
We can come back to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, like I don't know. I'll come back. I'll think of something. I can't even see that.
Have you ever broken your bones?
Never. You guys, knock
Maybe
on
we
wood.
Shouldn't say it.
Literally,
Dear
no.
God, please don't let Dirty break her bones.
Yeah, no. I think what happened was I started skating extremely early, and my parents were big into sports, so I was snow skiing really early. We were children of the 70s and 80s, riding your bike everywhere, falling out of trees, doing everything. Literally not a broken bone. I hate to say this, but I've never really been injured. So
it's pretty amazing.
I know.
But also probably too, like you're saying, I was hearing some podcaster talk about muscle development and when you're young, and probably learning how to fall, but also having.
I think if your kid develops muscles as they are developing, those muscles stay a lot longer. The mind body connection is a lot stronger. So it didn't matter what sport I did. I could get into it pretty quickly. Didn't worry about getting injured at all. Okay. And then I'm not a send it person also. Like I will not put myself.
You'll put it in the mail, remember?
Right. I don't put myself in super dangerous situations. Like I remember one time we were in Europe, Faye and I were in Europe, and we were in Germany, and they were making this video, and they were like, the guys are from this company called Power Slide, and they do a lot of inline stuff. And they were like, oh yeah, we'll take a video of you. Like me. Yeah, you could just skate from here and just head off down those stairs. There's like 8 stairs. And I'm like, dude, I don't know who you think I am, but that ain't happening.
Send it, bro.
Yeah, that was probably like 2013. I mean, that was a long time ago. And I was like, dude, 100%, no way I'm hucking myself off a flight of stairs. No, yeah, that's not happening.
Okay, speaking of broken, have you ever had your heart broken?
Well, yes. I was young in love, and you have your heart broken. Yeah, but, we got back together, and I dumped his ass, so we're good.
Are you telling the truth?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It happens.
What? And I think we may have talked about this a little before in another podcast, but we can revisit. What are some symptoms of aging that frustrate you when you're skating? Or do you have any? Do you just feel like you felt
I
when
think
you were...
one of the really interesting ones is you don't know that you stop doing things until you've stopped doing them for a long time. Like I was just noticing the other day, this was just yesterday. I had R&B in the morning, and I had some younger guys there, and they were backwards skating through the whole song, and they were backwards skating fast. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. So I flip around, and I'm super confident with backwards skating because I was a figure skater growing up. And in figure skating, you don't do anything until you're backwards. Okay. So that's like normal. You're always skating backwards. So I'm skating backwards with them. And I come to the realization, Jesus, I can't even remember the last time I did this. I can't remember the last time I skated this fast through a crowd, backward skating, and I can't remember when I was this tired. Like by the end of this song, I was like, I don't know how these kids do it. This is tiring stuff, you know? But I think that as you get older, there's part of your brain that just starts shutting things down that says, now we should probably not do that. And it kind of gets away from you. And that's why I think it's so important to be mindful that you're doing other things with your body. So I started to feel like I was not agile anymore. I started to feel like I was definitely not flexible. So I said, something's got to change. This was like 2 years ago. And I started doing Pilates. And then I started going to stretch lab where they stretch you like an athletic trainer is. And just the other day, I started saying, man, I feel like $1 million right now. Maybe
you come back to the skate park.
So skate park's a funny thing because
shut that down.
I'm telling you, if it had a nice roll in and a big bowl, I'm all there. Vans, HB, you mess me up. And all the other people that used to like to skate that big badass bowl. I'm not into dropping in hardcore like vert stuff. None of that. I think after a while, what really happens as you get a little bit older is your reaction times to things become less. Now this
now
happens
we're getting to the answer.
even with younger people. They say like professional gamers, like after 28, they literally cannot react fast enough to keep up. So I think it's sly. I mean, it starts happening little by little. It's not like one day you're like, oh, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that anymore. I think it starts happening. And if you're not aware, you all of a sudden you lose skills. So all the people work on balance all the time. If you do not mindfully work on balance, you will lose it. It's a skill. Like when I teach people and they say, oh, I don't have good balance. That's because you don't work on it. People don't just say they're super balanced
but
and it's all good.
You're saying that probably is the biggest observation you've made is that your reflexes aren't as quick as they used to be.
Reflex.
Yeah. Actually can relate to that a little.
Now, and then also what happened was COVID. So when COVID happened and there was a lockdown, previously, I'd be in session all the time and you have incredible pack awareness and you're just moving around. And then all of a sudden you're skating by yourself for a long time, like a year and a half or something. And you go back to session and you're like, what are all these people doing?
Obstacles.
Why are they all? So that takes a long time to get that skill back up. And now I forgot even what the question was. But.
Well, that you answered it because I asked, like, as you've aged, what did you notice that's deteriorating?
It's agility, reaction time, and flexibility, which all can be overcome.
Okay. Next question, Dirty.
Yes.
Do you have any roller skating incidences, moments that you regret?
Oh.
Like, oh, I wished I didn't do blank to that person during that bout. Or I wish I didn't say that about that person skating.
No.
Or
I'm
regret.
I would say that I'm going to really have to think about this.
Okay.
In
that and
in
also,
roller derby in particular, because it's so significant for so many people, because everyone, when you join roller derby, you join for a purpose. You're seeking something. You're trying to rediscover yourself on some level. Mm-hmm. And as you're growing, changing, and developing through getting back into a sport, a community, and you're consistently challenging yourself, you will have growing pains. So there was definitely, and also roller derby, you end up being a leader in some aspect of it all the time. Like, oh, we need a coach. You can skate. You're the coach now. And that. So I think that there definitely some regret on decisions I made and things I did while I was having my own growing pains and not being totally self-aware. I did not understand for a very long time the impact that the decisions I would make would have on others. Oh. I am a very decisive person. So if I'm in a leadership role, I'm like, all right, we're doing this. Mm-hmm. And this is how it goes. And boom, boom, boom. And I thought that was great. I'm thinking that's a good idea, and I'm going to move forward with it, and everyone's going to love it. Well, it turns out that that's not always the case. Sometimes people don't, and they want a little bit more opportunity to be a part of the process. I had to learn that. So yes, there is times when I regret not being a little less of a control freak, and I should have listened more. But I think that is a lesson
everybody learns,
right?
Yeah. That's pretty.
And then after
pretty
a while,
safe regret wasn't what I wanted. I was hoping for I drank too many beers and then I
okay. Listen,
I've
never regretted a beer in my life. All right, no, dude, come on. I did. No.
Okay.
No. I'm more of when you cringe at decisions you made and you thought boldly going where no one else has gone, and you're like, maybe I shouldn't have gone there. That was dumb. So, good intentions though.
Oh yeah. Good answer too. Fair answer. Vanilla, but fair. Okay.
Sorry, I don't have any party horror stories for you.
Yeah. Okay, you may not. You have to answer this, so good luck.
Okay.
If you could live a life as another roller skater, who would it be?
Ooh.
And why? And you cannot say, I like being me, because we know you like being you. But I mean, but everybody wants to be. Here's the thing. Everybody wants to be Dirty Deborah Harry.
No,
who does Dirty Deborah
don't.
Harry want to be? Just play the game.
Dude, I don't know.
Like, who stood out? It could be anybody in your entire roller skating life.
This is wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have to go back in time.
You can. Like, maybe when you were young, there was somebody you were like, if I could skate like that, or if I could be that person, I'd switch lives with that person. Are your eyes watering?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm really trying to
oh.
This is wild because I want to say this too. I'm not a super competitive person.
Not competitive.
No. So I'm saying when I would be in competitions in skating, I didn't care if I won or not. I just wanted to look good.
And go to the hotel.
As long as I looked good and I went out there and I gave a reasonably good performance, I didn't lay it out all over the floor, I was happy. So I didn't look at other people and be like, oh my God, they're so good. I wish I was them, because I knew what it took. That took a lot of effort. A lot of practice. I would practice, but I ain't practicing like that. And good for them. They're walking around with that medal and I'm hanging at the pool.
Way too much thought. So you think about it all too much.
No,
you just have to want it.
No, so when it comes to, I really can totally admire other people in their skating styles and the way they do things, but I don't want to switch lives because I think I'm
just
good
for
here.
5 minutes. Not
to
forever.
be able to do what they do
just to
physically?
live in their body for 5 minutes being who they are.
Shoot.
I want to be Jamelyn Flower.
Well,
I wanted to be Havoc. But Havoc isn't skating so much anymore.
Havoc is iconic and the coolest chick on wheels ever.
If I was 13 and I had poster on the wall, it would be all
She's
havoc. I
like,
am absolutely forever going to my grave.
100% has the best style, and
Ever.
not just skating style.
It's just
The clothing, the makeup, the attitude.
It's
like that girl, 100% the coolest thing that's ever walked the planet. She doesn't even need to talk. She just walks by, and you're like,
and I tell her all the time, you know, in my social media world, that she is my muse. Like I care about where my hands are and what I'm ending this stall like. Like I want to look.
She's incredible.
Like havoc, and I think
Jamalyn, I don't think anyone has more fun.
But Jama, like if I could be in a body and like move and be in a body for 5 minutes and just be in that flippy feeling. Yeah. These both are park skaters. For those of you who may not know, they are skate park skaters.
Okay, but Jamalyn is 100% having more fun than anyone else. Okay, so when she's skating and literally floating around doing the most outrageous tricks and making it look like butter, and she's got the cutest. I mean, those outfits are ridiculous.
Everything.
They're so awesome, right?
Know, that movement. I want to experience that in my body.
Yeah.
Like that.
And then
that movement.
You've got Estro, who I would say all the time.
Yeah. Well, like
technically,
she's the queen of the skate park.
Technically, I remember when I saw her
fairy godmother
at
like you.
Vans a long time ago, skating Vans, and I hit her up and I said, girl, I want to do that so bad. And she's like, Dirty, you could do it. And I'm like, you need to teach me, you know. And it was funny. Unfortunately, I got down there before we could get down there together, but she's just so incredible. And skate park skating owes their
would you like 5 minutes in Estros and do some flips?
You know who I'm really thinking about? Yes, of course. I mean, obviously. No, you know who I really think is never Candace Hayden.
Oh, that's the one in the gold video.
Yes.
Oh my God, I obsessed over that.
I want to be Candace when Billy Crowder is lifting her up in the air and they're doing amazing things. Candace is the most beautiful skater.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, good answer. Good answer.
She's technically perfect. She's got her own style. Girl can do all different forms of skating.
Doesn't she skate with
She's
the LA
quietly
roller girls?
amazing. She's just amazing.
Does she skate?
Candace is one of the best coaches out there. So if you guys, you know, if you really want to learn technical perfection, Candace is who you go to. Really. Artistic skating, she is amazing. And she has been in so many different videos and etc. because she is, like, you know, the best. Choreography, all of it. She's incredible.
That's a great answer. I'm glad you went there, Dirty. I'm glad we pulled that from you.
I had to just think about it for a moment.
Okay, and here's another one that we've kind of covered, but it would be nice to just put a nail in it. Right. What is the most oddest job you've had on roller skates?
Oh, when I graduated from UCLA, and one time I was looking, they have this thing called Daily Brew, and it was like the daily newspaper, and there was an ad when I first got there. There was an ad in the paper, and I was like, this has got to be written for me, because it was a little ad in the employment section, and it said, do you have an outgoing personality? Can you roller skate? And I was like,
yes,
obviously that's me. They're calling me. I need this job. So I applied for this job and get it. Why? No one else applied for it. I mean, the thousands upon thousands of people that go to UCLA. I was the only person. And so they said, okay, you're going to be working, representing the Alumni Association. I was like, okay. They're like, we're going to need you to pass out these flyers. And I was like, okay. I'm thinking like, it must be a long haul job because I need to have roller skates on. No. So they're like, no, actually, you're just going to go up and down Bruin Walk. Now, if any of you are familiar with Bruin Walk, it's not Bruin Walk, it's Bruin Walk. I mean, it is a massive hill that's like you got to trudge up it and go down it. And then on the sides of Bruin Walk is where people would be having tables where they're advertising things, people protesting, people doing all sorts of stuff on Bruin Walk. It's the main street in the university. Okay, so they're like, we're going to need you to go up and down Bruin Walk, and we're going to need you to wear this graduation gown and this giant Bruin bear head. So literally, I was like,
I can't
okay.
believe I've never heard this story.
You haven't? Yeah, so I was like, okay, like how much does this job pay? Sounds good to me. So I have my skates, put them on, show up the first day at work. They give me this graduation gown. Now, it is like the last month of school, maybe last 2 months of school. It's hot. I am wearing a full graduation gown in black, and they give me this giant head, and I have to put it on my head, and you can only see very minimal amount. And I've got these flyers. So me being like the worker that I am, I'm like, okay, let's go. And I would have to skate uphill with this head bobbing around and then stop and pass out flyers to people. And then I would have to skate down the hill because I got to get down to the bottom of it. There's no way. You have to go down the hill. So there would be times when I would be like hyperventilating because I was sweating so much, thought I was going to have heat stroke. And I would have to like hide behind a corner and take the head off because I was real serious about this, like Disney has their things where the people can't see the character without the head on. Listen. I was like hiding. Then some guy would walk around and I'm standing there all sweaty, holding a giant bear head, and I've got roller skates on. Hey, how's it going? I'm good. How are you? So I did that.
I dabbled in that for many, many years. I was the tiger mascot at my kids' elementary, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Yes. Excellent.
So that was a crazy job.
Yeah. Know that about your life. That is what would concern me is, well, A, you not being able to see, but B, the robe. Getting all caught up in the robe.
The robe, thank God, was not. It was just, I was literally practically naked underneath because it was so hot. Like the first day I showed up and can I just say this? Back in the day, we did not have workout clothes. I'm telling you, I started roller derby in 2007. There was no, let's go get some leggings and a sports bra and a little, fit, a little set. The first time I showed up at roller derby, I had cargo pants on and an old sweatshirt. I showed up. That's like, okay, we're going to practice. Mm-hmm. The only workout clothes you could buy were gray sweats. You went to somewhere like Target and it was like you bought Champion when Champion was cheap and frowned upon. Okay, that was a label you did not want to wear. There was no workout clothes. You would end up in roller derby. It was hilarious. It was like, oh, we need something to skate in. Well, I'll get a tennis skirt. You were borrowing from other sports. That's why girls were out there wearing fishnets and crazy stuff, because there was no workout clothes for women. Nothing. So you can imagine even farther back, because I graduated in 91. There was no workout clothes that I could wear under my graduation gown and my giant bear head. So I am positive the first time I showed up in like jeans and, a t-shirt, and I just was completely sweating. So I think the next time I showed up in shorts, and then I might have just taken them off, and we go underwear and a bra under this graduation gown with the head on. So
nice. Well done.
And I'm going to say, I'm going to give myself an A for effort. I was the best and at the job because I had zero competition. And also it was like a sociological experiment because different groups of people reacted differently to me. as we would have like a lot of Asian students, they would want to take pictures with me. So much so that they would scream and yell and run over. Can I just say that white people ignored me the whole time? I could skate up to like a group of white people. I'm not joking. Sororities, fraternity, whatever. I would skate up to them, go to hand them a flyer, and they would look and just look away. Like I'm not standing there with a giant bear head.
I'm sorry you got shunned.
And you know who I got hugs from? Black people. And they would ask me if I was a girl or a boy. Are you a girl or a boy? Are you a girl or a boy? And then give me hugs.
Aww.
And I needed that.
Weren't people impressed with your skating?
Yeah. They were like, I don't know how you're doing that. And they would try to look into the eye holes to see who I was
doing
and
that
stuff.
feat.
Yeah. But it was very fun.
Did you skate forward, backward, both?
Forward up the hill, backward down the hill.
All right. Same.
Yeah. So that was
let's revisit one more, and then I have a few quickies. What are you scared of, Dirty?
What am I scared of? I don't know.
You don't
I
have
seriously
any,
don't
like,
have
you've
that.
Never been scared in your life.
Robber,
ghost, demon possession.
No, I'm more. No. That kind
clowns.
No, God, no. That kind of stuff. See, because I react differently to that.
Spiders?
Like if they scare me initially, I'm going to fight them like that. So I'm not going to stay there and be scared. Like if something comes at me and I'm like, whoa, then I'm like, kill him. So.
Damn.
Sorry.
You never had me scared.
No.
All right.
Not in that way, but I think more scared of not, I know it sounds goofy, but not living my life like I should. Like I'd be more scared of being a failure. I'd be more scared of ultimately not thinking that I've done everything that I should. More like that, but no, I don't scare very easily, and I go on attack mode. I'm a little pit bully.
Yeah, there's a really good story about that someday.
Yeah, we'll tell that. We'll
Yeah.
tell that story
next
one
podcast.
Day.
That is actually a very fair answer. Being
Thank you.
Scared not to live.
Yeah.
Okay, now this next portion is short and easy, and we'll wrap it up, but still very interesting to us dirty fans. We want to know, what is your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Okay. I'm thinking here.
Don't you dare say Whip It.
No. Oh, but let me say this about Whip It.
Yeah, it's good.
We were all afraid that it was going to be horrible.
Afraid? You were afraid?
Yeah, we were afraid that was going to ruin roller derby. We're
kind of like
Whip
a
It's
ray gun.
And I was like, hey, Whip It's pretty good. The only problem with it is that the main character was 17. She should have been like 30. That was the only thing. Okay. I like coming of age movies. So I like Stand By Me, Sandlot. I like those kind of things. And so I don't...
Come on, pick a top one. You don't have to marry it.
Goodfellas.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like mobster movies.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I like
and
that.
fits you.
But I also like sports movies, and I like funny, like inspirational sports movies. You know?
Like Waterboy?
I like Cool Runnings. Stuff like that. Stuff that makes you want to you're like, yeah, we can do it.
All right. I like that. Good answer.
Yeah, I loved it when I was a kid. I loved Bad News Bears, the first one, not the recent one. I love any kind of sports movie that's team oriented, that you're an underdog, and I love that. Love that.
All right, I like it. Okay, favorite food?
Geez,
come on, just pick one.
I don't.
Lobster?
No.
Pizza?
No, probably. Something super weird, like pickled eggs. Dude, so if I can eat anything,
what?
I like toast with avocado and pickled eggs.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me
feta cheese? Oh my God, I could just eat feta.
If you were stranded on a desert island,
I would eat that every day.
You would want pickled eggs.
Dude, pickled eggs are the best.
Pickled eggs?
Here's the deal,
avocado on toast.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh,
you got to come to Long Beach, come to JoJo's, which is the oldest bar. It's turning 100 this year. And you buy these giant mason jars of pickled eggs. It's the greatest. Yeah.
Well, now I know something
Yeah,
new
you
about
listen.
my friend.
I'm not that interesting when it comes to food.
Well,
but the
that's
food
pretty
I like, I will eat that all the time. So if you told me, listen, you can only eat burnt toast with avocado, feta cheese, and pickled eggs, I'd be like, yeah, I'll eat it morning, noon, and night. No problem.
Oh, all right. Unexpected.
Yeah.
Favorite drink? It can be a alcoholic beverage or non.
Okay. Again, just like a straight skinny margarita. If that's what I'm going to drink, that's what I'm going to drink.
What makes it skinny?
They don't put all the mixer in it.
How do they do it then?
I don't know. Listen, I ain't making the drink. I'm drinking the drink. I just say skinny margarita. I just know it doesn't have everything in it. So you're not like ingesting all the sugar. I'm trying to be good.
Okay, but what do you have with your skinny margarita? Do you like the chips, or are you more of a...
Yeah, well, I'm not insane. Chips and salsa all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, and you got to have guacamole.
I agree. I'm a guac girl,
yeah.
I make the best guacamole. I grew up in San Fernando, and I learned how to make good Mexican guacamole. I probably did not do a good accent.
Good.
We have to have Yvonne.
That's good. Yes.
Okay. Final question. However, not necessarily the last, because you never know where we're going. In your lifetime, I am certain, because everybody has, my friend Alyssa recently texted me and said, has anybody ever told you you look like Sex and the City girl Jessica Parker? What's her last name?
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, I do get that more when I was blonde and young and whatever. And I'm like, and I've gotten a few. I've gotten the girl from Glee. She was a cheerleader when I was blonde and young. And I'm like, I wonder how many doppelgangers, famous doppelgangers, you've been touted to be like. So
not so much look like, but sound like. I get Melissa McCarthy all the time.
Melissa McCarthy.
And she's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's a she's funny.
I only think the only reason we don't necessarily look alike is the hair color, but in reality, she has blue eyes. We have a similar body type, and her cousin is her cousin.
Oh, McCarthy, the other McCarthy.
Yeah,
Melissa and
what's her name?
Everybody's yelling. Is it Kathy?
No.
It's not?
Okay, so you've got Mark Wahlberg's brother is married to her.
You want me to Google it?
Yes.
Okay. McCarthy. You know it. Jennifer.
No,
Jenny.
but I want to say Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jenny McCarthy and Melissa McCarthy
brain.
are cousins. And I feel like if I'm a little mix of the two.
Is that it?
I'm
like feeling like Drew Barrymore. Did you ever get that? I would have put you for that easily. No.
And Melissa McCarthy is the one I get all the time.
And that's the only one?
That's I've got.
Well, people, you have a job to do.
When I first started with the videos, you guys, very early on, someone's like, "She's giving JoJo Siwa," and I'm like, "Who the hell is JoJo Siwa?" So I looked her up, and she was still like a kid at the time,
her voice.
with the giant bows and stuff, and I was like, totally dying laughing, and now that we've seen that JoJo is really developing into her own. All right. I dig her enthusiasm, and I'm very enthusiastic about things. Yeah. So that might be a thing, but yeah, I thought that was funny. And then
I feel like Dirty fans, if you all are seeing some doppelgangers in Miss Dirty Deborah Harry, it'd be fun to throw it, in your comment section.
Yeah, the Melissa McCarthy is the one that I get.
Okay. I expected a list from you. I think I only have a couple.
No, I don't. I think she's so funny.
Oh, that's a good one. I mean,
but one thing that she could, there's a million things she can do that I can't do. But one of them is like her full physical comedy is crazy. Like she can do some stuff that is just hysterical. And I love her voice and I love the cadence of her speech.
You're funny. And I don't know if your Dirty fans know that Dirty did stand up.
Yes.
And actually like killed it. And
For a little bit.
we need to have some dirty stand-up going on here. Maybe you need to like branch out, do comedy on skates or something.
Oh, who knows? Yeah, that's a difficult world. I'm super grateful that I was able to do it and I did it. I'm super grateful for that because then it made me, when I get up in front of a group, it essentially I'm like, oh, no problem. Teaching skating in front of a group. Know how to handle speaking in front of large groups of people and have fun with it. And I'm pretty good at recognizing or taking the temperature of a room and kind of understanding how they would like to be talked to, how they would like to interact. I'm pretty good at that because I did stand up, and stand up's ruthless, like ruthless.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and it shows. Like I remember my first times watching you teach and command the attention and the comedy mixed in with the lessons, and it's like
Yeah.
a whole experience, and it blew my mind.
Well, it's fun because for me, it was great because they're a captive audience. It's like, you can't leave for an hour. You're going to have to listen to me.
That's how I feel when
Yeah.
my kids were in the car,
Right?
driving them wherever.
You have to listen to me.
Captive.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
all my advice.
I think if you get the opportunity to do anything like that, it's just great training. It helped me in everything. It helped me in sales, all kinds of jobs I had. Helped me just stand-up comedy. I went to a class where I trained with this guy, and I went over and over and over, and it really just helped me understand myself, the way that I think and the way that it also very practical things like where do you stand on stage and who do you look at and how do you handle when someone's heckling and all that kind of stuff. It really, really super helpful. Like it's like crash course training. And then when you go and you speak other places, then it's no problem.
It's like all that was so difficult that anything else is easier.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, Dirty Deborah Harry, you did great sharing your thoughts and feelings in life. Thank you for being willing to subject
next time
yourself.
I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. How about that?
I don't think I'm as exciting as you. No, I don't know.
I don't know if you guys. So Adria just put out some pictures of her former modeling career. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. It was not. I wouldn't call it a
pretty good.
career. A little dabble.
Look at.
But
maybe if it was current time, you'd be an Instagram model.
oh, it's probably good I wasn't born in that generation.
Right,
I don't know. I don't know if I could handle all of this. I'm barely surviving as it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So funny.
You're doing a good job though. You're like killing the game all over the place.
I don't know what I'm doing. So that is probably a good thing.
Yeah, let's just
like
keep
people
it that
think
way.
there's like a lot of analytics going on, and like, people ask me all the time, do you post at this time and then get this? And I go, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I just get up in the morning. We're like, oh, okay, I think I'll do this. Boom, post it, see what happens. Yay, it works. No, it didn't. Oh my God. So you just, I don't know what I'm doing. I know how to teach skating.
I know.
I feel all the other stuff is just crazy.
We're kind of
just
lucky.
trying to roll.
We're lucky because
Yeah.
we've gotten to live on both sides of it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Gen X is kind of like we were there before.
know, thank
you know,
God.
like if it's not on a Polaroid somewhere in
Yeah.
a box,
Oh my God, we're
it
so
didn't
lucky.
happen.
We're
and
so
then,
lucky.
but we also get like, hey, we're adults. We can like kind of navigate this, but it doesn't like control our world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how you youngsters do it.
Yeah. It's funny though. Even myself, I have to totally take a break from social media sometimes. So like I said, I went to the river. I was at Lake Havasu, and it was such a joy to like turn off the phone and then just sit in the boat and have a good time and not worry about it at all.
That's very healthy.
And I've
Very
been,
healthy.
as far as my relationship with social media, I really try my very, very best to be positive and to have, I have to have screen time restrictions for myself, like you do when you have a child. You tell them you can't, because it just too much of it It do wear your brain out. My brain gets tired.
Yeah, and I think it does take a little discipline to recognize that. I noticed I have to do, even me, at my age, can get caught up in this, what is that, doom scrolling or whatever they call it. Yeah. And then I'm in a bad mood and I'm like, where did this come from? I was a happy camper 5 minutes ago.
Right?
Yeah.
Wild. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for social media because it's been able to help me get the word out about skating. It's my mission in life to create as many skaters as possible because I know the benefit of it. I know the benefit, and it's just spreads. Like I used to say, it's like a cult that doesn't screw up your life.
It's wonderful. Well, I'm thankful for you.
Thankful for you.
And we're thankful for our 5
viewers.
Listeners.
You guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and I appreciate your support of not only the Dirty School of Skate channel, but also our sponsors. Again, we have Surf City Skates and RollerBones. All right, you guys, we will see you in episode number 12.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.